Hey Fuel fans, and welcome to Fuel Insider from inside WebStream Sports Studios. I'm your host Talor Whitaker, joined now by Indy Fuel head coach Scott Hillman. Welcome.
Thanks, Taylor.
As always, it's a pleasure having you take some time out for us today. You have solved January now, and you've entered February, where you begin to carve out all the games it has to offer. And in between that was the All-Star Week. Tell me your views and your philosophies on coaching during that period.
You know, we definitely were excited with the end of the month of January. Thought we finished pretty well, and we think the guys need some time off and get a few days away from the rink and get refreshed. We have a tough month ahead. Obviously gives us some time as a staff to look at Cincinnati, our next opponent, as we head into the month, but you know, really exciting time for us. We need to keep collecting wins.
Definitely, and you know, we have a lot of opportunities to talk to you, whether it's in-game or post-game, and evaluate lines, talk technically, but I wanted to take a little bit of time and get to know your creative process a little bit. So let's talk about those fuel systems, and more specifically what goes into them, from the introduction of a system to its implementation and finally its control out on the ice.
You know, I think it takes a couple months really to learn the players well enough to try and put them in the right positions to succeed, and so then we have to adapt, and depending what style or what types of players we have, what style we can play. So we've become a more and more aggressive team. Our forecheck's getting more aggressive, and we're working hard to be a pressure team, and because we've added some good speed to our lineup throughout the course of the roster changes we've made. So I think it's just a constant evaluation of the staff we have and the potential changes you see coming, and try to keep adapting and getting something that gives those guys the opportunity to be in situations where they can succeed.
And speaking of opportunity, do you give players the opportunity to suggest things regarding systems and play?
You know, the door's not closed, that's for sure. You know, and certain players have some things maybe they like, or positions that maybe they know we've never seen them in. So at times you'll get those suggestions from players, and if the time's right, you try to build those in, and sometimes it works. Sometimes, of course, just like things we try from our own backgrounds, it doesn't always work. But yeah, we like to try various things, and then with the roster changes, you do have those opportunities. The bench is often short, so guys do get thrown into different situations. Sometimes that's how you learn the most about them.
And certainly things don't always work, unfortunately, and when that does happen, when a system might fall apart or break out during a game, what is going on in your head at that time? Well,
the biggest thing for me is I've always known that there may not always be that right scenario, and I can't be so bullheaded to not understand that it's not working. And so even if I thought it would in advance, that we have to change on the fly, and we've been able to do that successfully recently, and the big thing is the guys are on board. They're trying whatever we ask, and that's why we're getting a lot of victories this time of year.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for your insight, Coach.
Thanks, Taylor.
And thank you, Fuel fans, for joining us here for Fuel Insider inside WebStream Sports Studios. For Indy Fuel Hockey, I'm Talor Whitaker. We'll see you on the ice.